Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us on this chilly morning. We'll give everyone a minute or two to come in and then we'll get started. Thank you for being here today. I see lots of folks coming into the webinar, so we'll give everyone just another minute. Okay, well, we will get started. Today is our second information session on the Kerr County Flood Recovery Fund and Comfort, Texas. This wonderful assistance for small businesses and nonprofits that were affected by the floods is made possible through the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. And we are delighted that they are here with us, and I'll introduce them in just a moment. But just wanted to make everyone aware that this session is available in both English and Spanish. If you prefer to listen in Spanish, you just need to click the little interpretation button at the bottom of your screen that looks like a little globe. And then we recommend that you click the mute original audio option. That way you'll only hear it in Spanish and not both languages at the same time.
Buenos días. Para escuchar en español, en los controles de la reunión, selecciona el botón de interpretación, selecciona el idioma que desea escuchar, español. Para escuchar solo el idioma interpretado, selecciona silenciar audio original. Esto es opcional.
So to introduce myself, my name is Lilian Spenley. I am the Development Operations Manager here at Lift Fund. I work on all of the grant programs that we offer out into the community for small businesses. I have worked with so many of you during the early months right after the disaster, and look forward to working with you and hearing from many of you again. As I mentioned, we're delighted to have Jane with us today. Jane Zirkle, who is the Chief Marketing Officer at the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. And Jane and her whole team, all the staff over there, are the ones that are really making this possible. So, Jane, thank you for your ongoing partnership with Live Fund over the last several months in making sure that the small businesses and nonprofits in the area are taken care of. Welcome.
Thank you, Lilian. As she mentioned, I am Jane and I'm with the Community Foundation. I've been there about 15 years, but prior to that, I bought and sold 3 small businesses. So I understand what it's like and how hard it is to make payroll, to have others depending on you, and to be a small business owner. Small businesses matter. They create jobs. You anchor Kerr County. You keep everyday life running for us. Early action also mattered. And back in July, in the first early days of the flood, $5 million was granted from the Community Foundation to help over 550 small businesses stay open and keep their employees working. But it wasn't enough. When businesses close, jobs disappear and recovery stalls. And that's the last thing that we want. So that's why we're here today. The Community Foundation is investing $10 million in small businesses in Kerr County through the Lift Fund. They've been a great partner since those early days of emergency action, and they continue to help us through this devastating time. What this means for our community is stabilization and growth. It's putting capital to work quickly and responsibly for Kerr County so that we can all recover together. So thank you for being a small business owner. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you for all that you're doing to keep Kerr County strong. And now I'll turn it back to Lillian.
Thank you, Jane. I also want to introduce someone who many of you know directly. Adrian Gonzalez is Lift Fund's chief CDC officer and has been on the ground many days a week, almost every week since the floods happened in July. Many of you have worked with him and know him personally at this point. So, Adrian, thank you so much for being here. Anything you'd like to share?
Thank you, Lilian. My name is Adrian Gonzalez. I am the Chief CDC Officer. So my primary responsibility here is running all the SBA lending programs, as well as I'm one of the executive team for Lift Fund. We are here to help you stabilize your business, to help you reopen that business and keep that business open. And we feel like we have become a part of the community, and we want to continue to help the community. We have people from Lift Fund in the 98 Coronado office building Tuesdays through Thursdays, so that if you're not able to complete the application online, or if you have questions, we have a live person that you can go meet with Tuesday through Thursdays from 9:30 to 3:30. All right, Lilian.
Thank you. We're going to go through, there are three different opportunities that are being offered through this fund. There's a grant, there's a loan, and then there's coaching and technical assistance. You can access all three of them or any of those different pieces that you feel would be most helpful to you. We encourage you to access all three. And so we're going to go through each one of those one at a time. We'll start with the grants and then go to the loans, and then finally the coaching and workshops that we'll have for you. So on the grant side, the grants are going to be up to $50,000, and we'll review all the completed applications based on the information that you give to us. The application for all of these programs opened on January 13th and will remain open until June 15th. On the grant side, we've already begun reviewing applications, and we'll continue doing so until the end of the program. The funding actually has started ahead of schedule. We had expected that to begin on January 29th, but we have already funded the first grant applicants. The applications are being reviewed on a first come, first served order. So we're just going through as fast as we can as they come in. So to qualify, it's a very short list of eligibility requirements. Simply, you need to be a small business or nonprofit that is in Kerr County or Comfort, Texas, and have been operating on or before July 1, 2025, so pre-flood. And then you need to have had some type of economic impact as a result of the flood. So that may be that you've had physical damage to your business location, or it could be other types of economic impact in that you've had decreased sales, a drop in customers, perhaps you were closed down for a little while after the floods and therefore lost revenue. Any of those type of impacts can make you able to be considered for the grant. Also, we just want to underscore that if you received a previous grant from Lift Fund in partnership with the Community Foundation or any of the other grants that we offered last year, you are eligible to apply for and receive this round of grants. So if you got previous funding, you can still come back because we know that the needs are still great. So we just want to make that clear for everyone. We've gotten a lot of questions on that point. So if you are selected for a grant, You can use it for just about anything, related to the business and recovery. So payroll, contract labor, just general working capital for the business, your rent or mortgage payments on the business location or utilities, buying supplies or machinery that you need to continue growing the business, or that you need to replace as a result of the flood. The documents that we're going to request from you are pretty straightforward. So we'll get your driver's license or valid government ID. We do need to make sure that it is current. So if it has expired or it's going to be expiring in the next week or two, please work on going out to get it renewed. We'll ask you for your business entity formation doc. So that might be your DBA, your assumed name certificate that's filed with the county clerk, or your certificate of formation or incorporation filed with the Secretary of State. We'll ask you for your most recent utility bill for the business, just to verify the location of the business. And then we're going to ask you for some financials. The financials that we review are going to depend on when your business started. So if you began before January 1, 2025, we'll ask you for a 2024 filed business tax return, and then your 2025 profit and loss statement. If you started between January of 2025 and July 1, then of course we understand you won't have a 2024 tax return. And so in that case, we'll review your January through June profit and loss statement and your July through December profit and loss statement, so we can see that pre-flood period compared to that after flood period. If you need help to get that profit and loss statement, if your accountant is telling you you're going to need to wait 3 months to get on their list, or you don't have a regular bookkeeper, Lift Fund is happy to help you to create that profit and loss statement. We'll just ask you for a number of bank statements and work with you to help you get these documents together. Then after that, we'll need your most recent business bank statement, a voided check to verify which account, if you are selected, that you'd like us to deposit the funds into. We recommend that voided check, it should match the business bank account. And then if you did have physical damage to your business location, then we'll just need receipts or invoices or estimates for any work that's been done or still needs to be done on the business location. If you have received prior funds, whether that's from Lift Fund or anyone else, any other funder, then we'll ask you for an attestation of no duplication of funds, which simply says that the funds that you've already received won't be used for the same purpose as the funding that you would use the Lift Fund funds for. And we'll provide you that template in the application, so it's not something that you need to create or figure out how to do. Then if you did have physical damage, we'll ask you for 3 photos of that damage. And then for everyone, we're going to ask you for 1 picture of your business before the floods. We want to see what everything looked at in the best of times. And then lastly, we'll ask you for a grant resolution. And again, this is just a document that will provide the template to you in the application. So it's not something that you need to create on your own. The grant resolution simply says that you are authorized to apply for and accept a grant on behalf of the business, and also that you understand that the funds will be taxable and that will issue a 1099 next year. Nonprofits are also eligible. And so if you are a nonprofit, we'll just also ask you, in addition to the documents we just saw, for a list of your board of directors and your 501c3 determination letter. Now, the application can be found online at Lift Fund's website. This is a long link, but I'll show you all at the end of this session where you can find it on the website, so you don't need to worry about writing that down or trying to remember. The application does take about 30 minutes to an hour to complete. You don't have to do it all in one session, but we certainly recommend that you gather all of the documents in advance, and it'll make the application process that much easier. But certainly you do have the option to start an application, save your work, and then log back in later, and all of your work will be saved. So that's the grand summary of the grant programs. I will turn it over to Adrian for to go over the loan option.
Thank you, Lilian. Along with the grants, we are also offering a 0% interest loan. You can apply for both the grant and the loan. So the loans can go up to $500,000. It's for loans up to $100,000. It is 0% interest for the entire term of the loan. For loans over $100,000, you will receive 0% interest for the first 5 years, with the payments based on up to a 15-year amortization. So depending on the use of the funds, your amortization can be up to a 15-year amortization. There are no commitment fees. There is no prepayment penalties. And again, you can get both the grant and the loan. This is critical because the grant, with being only a maximum of $50,000, may not be everything you need to replenish the working capital or buy the equipment or make the repairs that you need. The grant, being that it has no prepayment penalties, is a good option to consider if you need more than $50,000, because if you think you are going to get additional grant support or donations later, take the loan now, finish the project, and pay the loan off early if you get additional support later down the road. Any questions? Okay.
And everyone is welcome to post questions that you have in the Q&A section, and we'll answer those as we go along, and as well at the end, we'll leave plenty of time for you all to ask questions as you think of them. I think we've covered this item. Now for the loans, again, you'll simply visit our website. On the website, you'll see a section for the grants on one side and a section for the loans on the other, and they have separate areas to apply. And we'll show you that in just a moment. In fact, we'll just go there right now. So this is that website, liftfund.com/Kerr County Small Business Recovery Program. And I'll place that in the chat here so that you all have easy access. But as we mentioned, you've got all of the information that we're sharing here today, and then the application buttons for the grants on the left and the loans on the right. You'll also see recording of this session. We'll have that up in a few days, as well as the slides and the recordings from the previous session that we did last week. You'll also see links to all of the coaching and workshops that we'll cover right now. So moving into that, we're going to have several workshops available just for this community. So one of the biggest needs that we've heard from folks over the last several months is help with marketing, and just letting folks know that Kerr County and Comfort are open for business again. We've heard that many of you are on a solid pathway to recovery, but that the tourism and the customers just haven't realized it and aren't coming back. So we'll be offering 4 different workshops that are online, one each month between February and May, and it's about 2 hours. And we have a wonderful specialist on marketing and helping you do these things mostly for free, and figuring out how to do the biggest bang for your buck. Our specialists can also sit down with you one-on-one and help you do an audit of any Facebook pages or websites or anything like that that you have, and help you figure out where you might be able to improve those quickly with minimal effort. So those are both group workshops as well as opportunity to meet one-on-one with a specialist. Also in February, we'll be having an in-person workshop there at 98 Coronado, and it will be about a half-day workshop on using AI for small business. You may think AI, that's like something that the big corporations are doing. That's not for me. But our specialists can really help you do a lot of things that are customized to your business, no matter what level you're at. So helping you create just a quick financial snapshot to help you figure out kind of where you stand and where you need to go. It can also help you to streamline certain things like, invoicing, customer support, all of those. It can also, help you with marketing and bidding and larger things like that. But again, that will be an in-person workshop where you can actually bring your computer and then, walk out of there with some things being accomplished. You can also then meet with our specialist one-on-one to kind of review your specific scenario and have her help you implement some quick things that will just help make your life easier. And then in addition to the workshops that we have, you can always meet one-on-one with an advisor on any number of different topics that whatever it is that you need help with, we've got someone to kind of sit down with you and talk through it. All of the sessions are completely free, and you'll be able to register for those workshops on the website that we just showed. In addition to these very specific program options, Lift Fund offers all the time a number of different loans and workshops, and all of those workshops, of course, are free. They cover things like QuickBooks and AI and marketing and all of those things. And so you're welcome to register for any of those as well. Also, different things on, ways to finance your business. As Adrian mentioned, we are available to help you in person from Tuesdays to Thursdays from 9:30 to 3:30 at 98 Coronado there in Kerrville. You don't need an appointment. You can just walk in during those times, and we'll have staff there ready to help you with scanning in documents or completing the application or just answering any questions that you may have. We also have our, on the grant side, a dedicated grant phone and email line. So if you just have a quick question, you don't want to drive out to the office, you can reach us at 800-923-9551 or sbgrants@liftfund.com. You can also reach our loan team at info@liftfund.com or 888-215-2373. So we're here, and you can reach us by phone and email, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30. So we are here all week long to help you through this process. That's all of the information that we have, but I want to open it up and see if we have any questions.
Liliana, I have a comment. This is Adrian. I want to stress one of the questions we have received over and over again is, are you eligible for the grant or the loan in this program, even if you received previous funding from us or any source via grant or loan? Yes, everybody is eligible. Please, even if you received funding from us previously, you are eligible to apply for both the grant and the loan.
The other thing I'll add on to that is in July, when we had our emergency immediate assistance, you could receive the grant and the loan, but the loan would then be at 5% interest if you had also received a grant. However, for this round, you can receive both, and the loan will be at 0% versus the 5%. You can also, if you had previously received a loan at 5%, you can refinance to bring that to 0%. Thank you, Jennifer, for your question. We hope others will keep asking clarifying questions. If you think of something, though, after this session, as soon as we hang up, usually it'll come to you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And I'll post here in the chat again those contact lines by phone and email to reach us. Oh, okay. Looks like we've got another question. For the loan, do you need to meet a certain credit score?
We don't have a minimum credit score in our loan qualifications. We will look at all variables as any lender would, including cash flow, ability to repay the loan, is there any collateral? But there is no set minimum credit score in our program. I do want to stress, though, we are being very reasonable in analyzing these loan requests, and we are considering your ability to repay the loan based on your pre-flood financial information. So again, it's pre-flood financial information that we're going to base our analysis of your capacity to pay the loan.
We've got one more question. Is asking if this session will be recorded. And yes, absolutely, it is being recorded, and we will have the slides from this session and the recording on the website in the next couple of days. You can actually already review the slides and the recordings from the January 15th session, which covered the same contents and information as this session. I'll also just underscore that both the grant and the loan are on a first come, first served basis. So we definitely recommend to, get the application in now and not wait. We know that the need is huge, and we know that there are a lot of folks that are applying and will be applying for these programs. So definitely, although the programs will be open until June or until funds are exhausted, definitely don't wait. Okay. Well, I don't see any other questions. Again, we're so grateful that you all are here. It's been such a challenging year, but we are with you. The foundation is with you, and we hope to work with each and every one of you over the next few months as you continue to rebuild and to recover. If you have any questions, again, we're here in person, by phone, by email, by text, however you want to reach us. We're ready to support you, and we look forward to working with all of you over the next few months. Thank you so much. Jane, Adrian, if there's anything else you'd like to add.
No, I don't have anything else. Lilian, thank you.
Nothing
All right.
more for me, Lilian. Thank you for doing such a wonderful job again today.
All right. We'll see you all soon. Thank you.